Well, welcome back, everyone. I'm joined now by Angie Duncan talking Texas overdose awareness, or as you've come to call yourself here lately, the Narcan Lady. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing good. I'm glad to have you on this morning because we think that you have a really important cause that you're doing here, overdose awareness. So before we kind of jump into everything, just kind of tell me generally what your mission in the community is.
My mission in the community is to explain to people that Narcan exists, get it into many hands as possible, and to educate on how to use it.
And so tell us why this is a cause that's important to you personally.
My oldest son, Drew, when he was 23 in 2018, he passed away from an overdose, and I kind of drug my feet for a few years in grief, and then just kind of rose up and decided I was going to change the narrative for other families as best as possible.
Well, I'm really glad that you of course, definitely our condolences, for those circumstances, but really glad that you're doing what you can to help prevent that same tragedy happening for other folks. So tell us about how you get Narcan out into the community and how it can help save somebody's life.
I go to a lot of resource fairs and things like that, things in the community. Also, I've set up no shame pickup spots around town. We have a list of those on our Facebook page. There's a lot of them, but they're set up to where people can just walk in without asking any questions and just pick up a box of Narcan and walk out. And there's a flyer that goes with it that has a lot of information on it. I also have TikTok informational, kind of a tutorial on how to do it.
Yes. And so kind of show it to us here a little bit. We were getting some close-ups a second ago. I mean, tell us about what we're looking at here for folks who maybe are curious about it. Maybe it's something they believe they may need, and they want to know how this is going to work if they do need to use it.
Okay, so there are two of these. There's 2 doses in each box. And this is what the dose looks like, and you're gonna, if you suspect somebody's having an overdose, which I'd like to say that EMS, the first thing they're gonna do is use this if somebody's unresponsive. So it's not gonna hurt somebody if it's not an overdose, and then just put it in a nostril, and just like Flonase, you're gonna depress the button, you're gonna wait 90 seconds if they have not come to, and do the other side. Seasoned drug users will require more Narcan than a one-time user.
Right, and this just essentially counteracts the effects of that overdose.
Yes, it replaces the receptors in the brain, and it's pretty immediate when it does happen.
Absolutely. So I'm really glad that you're out in the community wanting to get this in folks' hands to help them out for sure. And tell us about why it's of course you really want to get that education out there, and like I said, of course, you want it to stop before the overdose.
Yes,
of course.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, tell us some of the ways that you do that when you go to these resource fairs, when you have these events.
Well, we get to know people, we talk to people, we encourage parents to talk and open that conversation up with their kids. We get a lot of people saying, my kid won't do that, I don't need that, I don't hang out with those people. And the thing is that Greg Abbott now has the thing called One Pill Kills, and it is out in the community. It can be in the marijuana even. People need to be educated about this, and they need to be educating their kids about this. Even if it's uncomfortable, we have to start uncomfortable conversations.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad you're out in the community trying to have those conversations and to educate folks. And so you have an important day coming up, October 7th. Tell us about what's happening that day.
October 7th is my son Drew's birthday, and he's the reason we do all this. And Rib Crib was his favorite restaurant, and they have opened it up for October 7th that evening to do a give back night. So if you come and eat at the Rib Crib, they will give a portion of the sales that night to Texas Panhandle Overdose Awareness.
All right, well, there you go. So you can get yourself a good dinner, support a great cause in the process, and of course.
And you can pick up some Narcan there.
Well, there you go. And saying you'll be there for
I will bring some
information.
Narcan, sure. I would love to give it out to as many people as possible.
Of course, well, we think that's great. So that'll be happening October 7th. And so tell us one more time where folks can find you online to keep up with what kind of work you're doing.
Texas Panhandle Overdose Awareness .org, all spelled out really long, is our website. And we're on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram under the Narcan Lady.
Okay, well, we definitely appreciate the work you do in the community, and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah.